All right, so the next thing I want to do, because this has given me some problems before and I can foresee some future headaches, is I want to take all this piece for building each panel, like this panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, and pull those out. First into methods, probably. That might be the good step-by-step way to do it, and then into their own class, I think. So just like I made a special class for the JText field, I could make a special class for building these panels. And this feels like a big enough chunk of new work that I think I actually want to create a new version, so I'll have this old stuff to fall back on. So I think the first thing I'll do is I'm going to hit Control click and just close everything out, so when I do start working with my new version, I don't have any of those old files up to confuse me. And then I'm going to Control click on this on the project and copy it to version 3. And let's open up Loader3D again. So this is the Loader3D is the one that creates those panels in the init GUI method. All right. So let's see. And these icons also, remember, these icons that we're creating get used in the panels too, so we're going to have to think about that. But for now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try just doing a refactor, introduce method, name, let's say create pause panel. Okay, because these are all about X pause, Y pause, and all that stuff. But I want this one to apply. I'm going to eventually use the same, reuse this method for P1, P2, and P3. So for the X, the Y, and the Z panels. All right. So I do that, and okay. So what I have here is JPanel P1 equals create pause panel, and I'm passing left icon, transformer, and right icon. Okay, and let's just see if that does everything I want. There's one other thing that I think I want to pass, which is this label here, because this is going to be different for X, Y, and Z, right? So let's stick in a string label, and I'm going to do a Command X, a cut, to hold on to this particular label. And I'm going to type in label here. And then I'm going to go back to where I have create pause panel and stick in that string. Okay, so now I should be able to use this for I want to be able to reuse this for P2 and P3. So let's see how that's going to work. Now, one thing also that I notice here is, well, let's see, left icon, right icon get reused by Y. So I think that's worth holding on to variable names for those. But X transformer only gets used, is only going to get called that one time. So I can just copy this and then I get rid of this line right here. Okay. I think, what did I do here? Oh, I forgot that I need to do the add change listener down here. So, let's see. So what does that mean? Can I maybe pass this? Can I create the label first and then pass it down? I think I could do that. Let's just create this label up top. So I can create the label any place, and then when I'll still add it the same time it gets added to the right panel. But I just want to have it in existence so I can do the add change listener business, hopefully inside that create panel method. So let's see. So I'm going to pop that up here, and then I'm going to pass that label and let's see, I'll put it at the end here. So XYZ label is what I'm going to pass here. Which means I have to redefine this guy, right, to accept it. Now, I called this label, so I might want to rename that guy. But let's see. I'll call this pause label, and let's rename this to be panel label. Maybe that's a little, so we can distinguish the two. Or maybe panel title. How about that? That's a little bit more. Okay, so this is kind of the, so that makes sense that that's kind of the title of the panel. And then we had this add change listener. We can move that back to our create pause panel. Where's our create pause panel? Okay. So, and let's rename this X transformer to just transformer. Oh, hold up. This really needs to be that XYZ TF, that's actually a control field. That's not a label. So let's fix that. Right, so that's not this. That's the control field that I was thinking of. So find control field. Okay, so that's this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the setup business up top. So really it wasn't the label that I needed to move, it was this business. Okay, so now this is going to be what's passed here. And oops. So this is a control field. Okay. And there. Okay, so now let's test this out. Oops. Nope, we're not quite ready because we still have this left button, right button business. So the buttons we also want to pass because this is going to change from the XYZ, right? So let's see, create pause panel. Now I wonder actually if we should create those buttons inside. Or maybe we do. Do we create those buttons in there? Yeah. So I wonder if we need to have those as instance variables. Maybe those could just be local to the method. Let's see. So I have it here. I have it here. I want to see if if I have XPause left button any place besides create pause panel. Nope. It looks like that's the only spot where it exists. So what I'm going to do is I am going to create a local variable here. So I'm going to say J button, and I'm going to rename it pause left button. And get rid of this. And I'm going to do the same thing with the pause right button, J button. Okay, so then that way, it looks like I've gotten rid of anything that's specific. Oh, okay, wait. The left icon and the right icon. Oh, I see. That's being passed. And I do want to pass that because it's going to be different for the Z. The Z icons are different from the X and the Y ones. So it looks like anything specific to XYZ has been taken out. Oh, I don't want to call this XPOS label. Okay. Yeah, and all that gets added to the, so let's just rename that to, I think, nope, I don't have pause label anyplace. Good, okay. Okay, so I have pause label, pause left button, pause right button, and I add the change listener. So let's see if that one works. So really the one I need to test is X. And yep, looks like it's working. So the next step will be to reuse the same method for Y and Z.